there are going to be spoilers for Heartstopper.
Spoilers ahead. Spoilers.
In this
Spoilers
video.
ahead. Spoilers ahead. Spoilers. Do
you want me to start?
Yeah, it's your show.
It's my show.
The Books Are Everywhere show.
It's the Books Are Everywhere show. I've already done the intros. Hi and welcome back to the Books Are Everywhere. So I am here with a very exciting video. This is the start of a very exciting, very special vlog where me and Mark will be watching and vlogging Heartstopper. So it's been out for the weekend now. It is Monday night and it came out on Friday on Netflix, and I feel like everyone in the world has watched it but us. So we really wanted to watch it together. I've read all of Heartstopper, I've read all of Alice Oseman's books. Mark has read Heartstopper Volume 1 and really enjoyed it, so he wanted to watch it with me as well. So we've been just waiting until we could watch it together, so we haven't watched it yet, but we are starting at least the first episode, definitely probably 2, maybe more, tonight. And I'm very excited for it. I've heard pretty much nothing but good things. I've also heard that it is a little bit young, because obviously it is set in a high school. I think it's going to be so interesting to see what they've done with it. The trailer made me very excited to watch it. And yeah, just generally quite excited to see kind of how Netflix have done. I feel like I'm going to absolutely love it because I love the book so much. And I feel like there is, as long as I do justice to the graphic novels, like, I think I will really enjoy it. And Alex has, like, been saying about it all weekend. She's watched these series, I think, at least twice now and is obsessed. Like, she's watched it, the full thing twice. I think she's watched the first episode or 2 again. And she's been listening to the soundtrack all day when she can't watch it. So, very positive reviews from Alex. So yeah, the only thing I've heard is that it might be a little bit young. I'm also personally quite intrigued because I didn't go to high school. Something I may have not said on my channel before, but I was homeschooled for high school, so although I'm British, I didn't have that kind of like British high school experience. So I think that's personally going to be really interesting to see what I think about it, because I don't have that personal high school experience. But obviously, I've read Heartstopper and I've read a lot of other similar, like, British high school stuff, but I'm intrigued on a personal level. Also, just can't wait to see Nellie. Can't wait to see Alice in it. I didn't think about Alice being in it, but I've seen I've seen the scene that she's in. I've seen photos of the scene which she's in. I have my Heartstopper t-shirt on, ready to go, very excited. But yeah, me and Mark are going to be watching the series. We're going to be vlogging every couple of episodes, hopefully. We're hoping to watch it over the next few days and vlog after every few episodes, so you will have consistent updates with how we are finding these series. I wasn't sure actually whether it was covering the first novel or more than that. I think Alex said that it's covering the first 2, which is quite interesting. I thought it'd just be the first one, but I guess maybe they didn't quite have enough with this being a graphic novel. So I think they've gone for the first 2, and I can't wait to see some of my favourite moments on screen because I've seen like photos and clips and stuff, and very excited. So yeah, I will be back with Mark at some point, hopefully tomorrow, to update you on how we found the first few episodes. Hi. So it's a day later and we watched 4 episodes of Heartstopper. We didn't quite plan to watch 4 episodes of Heartstopper, maybe 2 or 3, but we watched half the series so far, and yeah,
then it was 20 past midnight and we were like,
yeah.
oh
no. We have passed the end of the first volume of the graphic novel, so we've seen all of this and an episode which is kind of like filler.
I haven't read volume 2.
So the first volume ends on this scene, which is at the end of episode 3, I think. And then episode 4 had the kind of rugby match against...
Did episode 3 end with him at the door in the rain?
Oh yeah, I think it did.
So
actually.
we were already into
yeah. I think it did.
Oversville.
Yeah.
And then we picked that up, and then it's all okay, and then rugby match, right?
Yeah.
And you think that's all new material?
I think the rain thing happens, but the rugby match I do not remember. I might be wrong. I feel like I should pick up Volume 2 because I honestly don't remember a lot about Volume 2. I don't know why. Like
it's over
I remember.
there. Do you want me to get it?
We should get it. Yeah.
Okay, one sec.
I remember Volumes 4, 3 and 1 really distinctly, but I just don't remember Volume 2. Volume 2. So as far as I can see from flicking through Volume 2, because I don't remember a lot about Volume 2 for some strange reason, the end of the 3rd episode into the start of the 4th episode is in Volume 2, and then this big rugby match that happens in episode 4 is not in the book, as far as I remember, and I can't see it. So yeah, we have kind of deviated from the books a little bit. I am interested to see how we kind of deviate from the books a little bit more as we go on. Overall thoughts and feelings so far?
I likes it. I think it's really nicely done. I think it's really sweet. I think it's audience appropriate.
Yeah.
But I also think it's just nice to have something that's nice.
Yeah.
Like it's got stuff in it, but like even when I read like Volume 1, it's like the worst thing in it is still actually quite a nice version of that sort of thing. If it was Euphoria or something, you'd have the really, really nasty version of that scene.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have something that's just light and audience appropriate.
Yeah. I agree, and that is something that I felt like I noticed while we were watching, that I was thinking about the audience of it and how it will come across quite well. But I also feel like I was a little worried going into it that it wouldn't be as enjoyable for us because we're not at that age. I
thought it might end up a bit from the
trailer
teaser. I don't think it was even the trailer. I don't think I ever watched that trailer.
Oh really?
Because we were going to watch it, weren't we?
Yeah.
And then
I didn't.
I don't know why we didn't. And then I think you did. And then I noticed. I don't think I ever watched it. But I think the teaser, I worried it was going to be a little overacted, a little stage schooly, something like that.
I worried that it'd be too British in a way that would annoy me, but I don't necessarily feel that too much. I feel like I was expecting it to be kind of like sex education level of that.
I've never seen any of that, but I can understand what you mean.
I've seen one episode of it, and I feel like it tries to make Britain into something that it isn't.
I get what you mean by that.
Yes. Like American colouring, and they use that big house in Wales and stuff, which is also in the
big house in Wales.
Yeah, there's like the house in Sex Education that he lives in with his mum is this massive house in South Wales that looks like none of our houses. I'm
going to watch some Sex Education and I'll understand what you mean.
They also do that with the End of the Fucking World.
Okay.
That they do the American colour grading in it, and the house in it doesn't look British at all. And they try and make it British, but it doesn't look British. Whereas I feel like Heartstopper's got that good, like it's a good level. That's what I was worried about.
Yeah,
they do that like Netflix thing of like they're trying to make it the UK, but they also try and make it look really American. It's kind of like over stylized.
I get what you mean.
Whereas Heartstopper feels more natural to me.
Like it's a Britain you recognise or whatever,
which I like,
rather than one with but it's not a particularly American show. Like the money might be American or whatever, but it's been made to work everywhere, right? And in being quite specific, it's sort of it's going to play quite broad. So
which is something I wanted to ask you actually, and kind of segue.
Yes.
In my intro, which you haven't obviously seen,
not yet,
but I said I wondered how I would react to it because I didn't go to high school.
Oh yeah.
Now to me,
you didn't go to a boys' school.
It's not natural at all in the way that they talk to each other and the stuff that happens. I don't know. It just feels very much like not what happens in a British high school. Your thoughts on it? But then you went to high school as well.
It's a nice version of that. I've forgotten the guy's name, but the party guy. Harry, like yeah, mate, yeah. Like I thought there was going to be a lot more of that.
True, yeah.
Yeah, mate. It's just banter, mate, mate. Which is probably actually would be more. There'd be more of that if the presentation didn't feel right.
Yeah.
Like it'd be more,
Yeah.
a pastiche of a thing rather than being quite natural in its own way.
Because I feel like for me, like all of the like high school experience I've had is through media. So I was wondering how it would come across to me. And to me it feels quite staged in the high school like scenario. Like it feels a little bit too rose tinted glasses.
Well, there could be a bit of that, but it's also, remember, it's a nice like presentation of these sorts of things. So it only really has to get the feel of it right and it'll work. Like it doesn't have to go into the sort of darker end of it. The bits that struck me were the bits where people, like the teachers, didn't seem to know everything that was happening in the school.
Yeah.
Which I feel like they would have done, because it doesn't feel that big a school, and where students didn't necessarily know each other, but that's a story thing because you have to introduce it to the audience. So
they're not gonna know. Did you also feel like we recognised immediately that the voice in the tunnel was Stephen Fry and then never see him?
Yeah, that would. I imagine he was added very late on in production.
He just did that one voiceover and then he's never seen. Thoughts on the drawing element?
It's not overdone.
No.
I fear to an extent it could be underdone.
Yeah, like I said this to Alex earlier because I think I mentioned in the intro Alex absolutely is loving the show and has watched it like 3 times already.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah. And I said to her that we mentioned about Tori and her like appears, and it'd be lovely if she actually did have an effect, like if it said appears or something over her head like it does in the graphic novels, which she doesn't have. And Alex was like, that is something I didn't even realise I needed.
I think,
like, she didn't think about it, whereas I think we both thought about it.
Yeah, I think they staged it and they may have tried it and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And I think that might go for a lot of the elements of this. They tried some things and then they had to like, okay, we can't quite go that far, or we can't go that far this quickly. So let's keep it. Let's just do the subtle leaves. Let's do the fireworks. Let's do the...
the thing with the hands was so nice.
Yeah.
That was probably my favourite element of the...
But by that point, you've already had
the
little bits and pieces.
The flowers and stuff.
Whereas if you went straight into episode 1 and it's like Scott Pilgrim-esque with lots of like animated elements and stuff, I think you go with it something, because they also did like the panel changes, didn't they? Like the when it went up or down between things, there was like white lines and things.
Yeah. Whereas I think you need the leaves because it's so recognisable to Heartstopper.
I think it's the easiest one to start with.
It's
right?
like it's the leaves. They're on like no.
How would you feel? Now I got to thinking about this because they did it with Scott Pilgrim, which is the closest analogy I think there is for what we've got so far. If they went back and colorized these,
I was thinking about this earlier today as well, and I think it'd be lovely, but I think Alice would have to do it
because she drew everything.
Yeah, because I actually was just browsing on the Heartstopper Tumblr earlier and catching up with some stuff that I hadn't actually read, and she did like a mini comment with Lauren James that I read, and one of the things she was talking about with colour was how much she hates colouring stuff, because I saw a post of when she did this cover when it first came out and she was trying to decide the colours for this. I was thinking like it's something I would love to see, and it would have also been a nice thing for the Fairy Loot editions, which are now 1 and 2 have already come out, to have
those in colour.
Yeah, to have done those in colour, or to have done like maybe part of it in colour or something. I also think they could do it. I don't know. I think it'd be one of those things where you just, when you see it, it either works or it doesn't.
Because that's the thing. Because the Scott Pilgrim ones, as I recall, the fans didn't like it. They didn't like it. They went back and colorized them.
Yeah.
Or added colour to them, not colorizing them.
Yeah.
And I was curious because it's not like you haven't seen this in colour, and to an extent, it's not true that you haven't seen Scott Pilgrim in colour, but it would be a big change of presentation for the actual...
Yeah, because I do feel like it is very
strips.
Integral to how these look, is the grayscale. So I think it would be strange. And I don't know if it ever quite feel right. But I would be interested to see it. Because like you said, like, you know, we kind of do get it on the covers and stuff. We know, you know...
I mean, I assume the black and white is both a stylistic choice and a byproduct of the amount of time and money there was to do things.
Yeah, and also because Alice hates colouring, apparently.
Apparently so.
Yeah. One thing I was going to say, and I don't know if I actually said this to you last night, I think I mentioned it, Charlie's anxiety, I thought was done really well. Because a lot of how I feel and I need reassurance and stuff, I feel like that was done really well. I felt like I really related to how they put across Charlie's anxiety, personally.
Not really something I thought about, but yes, I agree.
Because I feel like I have a lot of similarities with him in the way that he feels around Nick. Yeah.
I'm a Nick. The physicality of the casting on Nick is not what I expected.
Whereas I feel like Charlie is absolutely perfect.
He looks like the kid in the drawings.
Yeah. Whereas Nick, I feel like I think we both kind of imagined him to be a little bit broader.
Yeah, taller.
Yeah.
Bigger. I mean, the face is perfect.
Yeah.
Right. Like you see that, and you're like, oh, it looks like him. There he goes. You know. There he goes. There he goes.
There he goes.
There was just something I just imagined.
Yeah.
I imagined maybe someone taller, someone a bit more plummy.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad it's not.
I really like Tara and Darcy, and I feel like they're done really well. And I feel like I never even thought about what Tara and Darcy would look like in the show, but they're perfect. I don't know if you really thought about that, but
yeah.
But yeah, I really like how they're done. I really like Elle. Tao is the one that I'm not so sure about because I feel like he is coming across in the show in a different way than I'd imagined him to come across. But I also feel like he's going to have a character arc that is coming.
The intensity is more.
Yeah. Yeah. And also Isaac. Let's talk about Isaac.
He's new.
And delightful.
Delightful.
Waterstones have compiled an Isaac reading list of all of the books he reads throughout the show.
He has to be like a kind of joke of an audience proxy, right?
Yeah.
Because he's the reader.
Yeah.
So, and it's meant to
and
just
be... And the stuff that he's reading are like, he reads like A Good Place Goes to Murder. At one point he's reading Naruto.
Oh, is he?
Like a random volume, like 72 or something, I think it is. He reads G Messiah.
Does he?
Yeah, which is the one he was reading, I think, in one of the episodes we've watched so far, but it's hard to see the book. Oh, he's reading Pride and Prejudice, I think, in one of them.
Okay.
But it's just next to him on the bed. He's not reading it at the time. And there's another one I can't remember, but yeah.
At the rugby thing, he's reading Gareth Thomas's autobiography, which is what...
Proud? I think it might be called.
I thought it was funny.
And at one point, I know he's going to read Radio Silence, but we haven't seen that yet.
Oh, because it's in the list.
Exciting, yeah.
It's nice that they did the list.
Yeah, and I also noticed that some of the books on Charlie's bookcase are Alice's books. I knew that was coming, but you can see the spines because Alice's spines look beautiful together. That's such a weird way to word that. Alice's book spines look beautiful together.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes. What do you think of that?
I don't know, actually.
I mean, that's got to help it reach, you know.
Oh yeah, I'm really happy about it, but I wonder like what that's coming from.
Reviews.
No, I know, but like to have no bad
negative ones,
like that's insane.
I kind of would almost expect, I think, critics' reviews to be pretty glowing.
Yeah.
And public ones to not be.
Right.
But there's also a point where I think as it gets to wider audiences where that will turn.
True.
But for right now, if it maintains that for a week, that's pretty good considering it's number 3 on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like it's reaching a bigger audience than I expected, given what I assumed the reach of these books had been.
Yeah. Like I might have mentioned this in the intro, but we've sold out of Alice's books at work completely. Like, they are gone. They were gone on Sunday. We might have had some more back in. But I mean, like, Solitaire and Radio Silence and all of the, like, not spin-offs, but the Osman
Should have got that copy of Loveless I wanted.
Oh, I'll get you a copy of Loveless.
Not anytime soon, by the sound of it.
Well, I mean, they are reprinting Nick and Charlie, I think.
Oh.
So at least some of them are being reprinted, because I ordered one for somebody the other day. But yeah, at least some stuff's being reprinted. I'm not sure about the actual graphic novels themselves.
Graphic novels?
No, graphic novels. I thought more people would have heard of it because it is like one of the top things on Netflix right now. That they'd have like seen it in passing or anything, but no.
That's interesting because I would say more of the folks I asked did.
Interesting.
Or had been promoted at them or things like that. I even got folks in the US to look, see whether it was on the
cool.
not necessarily on the top lists over there, but was actively being advertised outside the country, and it is. That's kind of good because I don't know what Alice's reach is. Anyway, like, do these go down well in the US?
I don't really know about US, you know.
Because if not, I mean, the show could be a gateway.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's really cool. I know, because Loveless was the Barnes & Noble Book of the Month a couple months ago. So I feel like she has a fairly big reach. And she got a special edition off the back of that for Loveless. But they've only just started releasing Alice's books in, like, a standard American edition. I know Radio Silence had an American edition, like 4 or 5 years ago. Because I think it came out in 2016. But they're only starting to create like a matching set like we have here, which came like 2 or 3 years ago. That matching set started. So yeah,
beautiful spines.
Beautiful spines. They are creating kind of matching ones over there now, but it's only come recently. So I imagine that if she has reach over there, it is, well, she must have reach over there, but it's kind of fairly recent where I think it's been building here for a while. So.
Interesting. Should we go watch more?
Yeah.
Or nap?
Yeah, or just sleep.
Just sleep?
No, we're going to go watch some more. We're going to go and watch a couple of episodes. And then
we'll be back here to do this and then
we'll wrap them tomorrow. Hi, it is the next day. We are on the doorstep, a variety of places to talk about Heartstopper. On your doorstep.
Oh yeah.
In bed.
It's gonna rain.
It's gonna rain. No, it's not gonna rain. But that'd be nice. Well, it'd be romantic.
Oh.
But yeah, we watched episodes 5 and 6 last night. Yeah.
That is correct.
And we have 7 and 8 to go. So we've watched 2 more episodes, we have 2 more to go. What did you make of 5 and 6?
I liked it.
Are you going to say that about all of them?
Oh, I don't know, it could end horribly, couldn't it? Yeah, well no, it's carried on in the vein that it is. Like there was a couple of bits where I was like, oh, is this going to get a bit darker? But it didn't. It just doesn't. It stays nice.
It is a very
nice,
approachable and age appropriate,
I think so,
way of talking about difficult issues.
I'll tell you what, I listened to the Front Row thing from Radio 4 and they considered it family viewing.
Interesting.
Which I thought was actually something I hadn't considered.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily age appropriate, but it's something everyone can watch together.
Which I can see. Yeah. I can't remember who said to me that they'd got their mom to watch it. Right. But I saw that somebody said that. So yeah, I think I can see that.
I hadn't really thought about it, but it does ring true. I thought you could watch it without the anxiety that comes with the real dark shows on the same topic, and you could definitely approach it at an earlier age.
Yeah.
Similar to, we haven't mentioned Love Victor in all of this.
No, I was going to mention Love Victor as well because it does remind me a little bit of Love Victor, which is if you don't know, Love Victor is, what is it on? What is it streaming on?
It's on Hulu in the US. It's Disney Plus here.
Disney Plus, yeah. And it is a kind of spin-off show to Love, Simon, which is based on Simon versus the Homo sapiens Gender, All of Simon by Becky Albertalli, and then it's kind of like a spin-off from that. Hello, Ginge.
Ginger's here.
Cat
He's
is
one of the
here.
cats.
But anyway, yes, Love Victor is, it's kind of similar. It's an adaptation of a young adult book, and it discusses a lot of the same kind of themes in terms of coming out and finding your place in the world, and a kind of coming of age story. And does it talk about homophobia? It does in terms of the family. Is it a lot?
Love Victor?
Yeah.
Yeah, his mother is
But
horrible.
in terms of like people at school and stuff. Whereas
Most of them are
Heartstopper,
nice,
we
but
saw a lot last night in episodes 5 and 6 of some homophobia in the girls' school, which I thought was handled quite well. Like, I think that's where you mean like it could have got quite dark there.
Yeah.
But it actually was portrayed quite well, but still had that kind of like hard-hitting element of you knew what was going on and how kind of like Tara and Darcy were feeling. I thought that was done quite well. You said to me last night while we were watching that there he goes, that there was something you wanted to say about one of your favourite things in fiction.
I'd forgotten about
Tell
this.
me about that.
I told you I was going to by Ginger.
Yes.
His mother calls him Nicky.
Oh,
I always like
okay.
it. I find in a lot of things,
Yeah.
because of bad writing, people only address characters the same way.
That's
And I've
really
always liked
good.
it when different people address characters in different variants of their name, whether it's a nickname, whether it's a shortening or a lengthening of the name, full name. I really like it when they do that. And this did it. When she called him Nicky, I was just like, nailed it. Because yes, we know him as Nick. He could be Nicholas to someone who knows.
Yeah,
but she called him Nicky, and it was affectionate.
A few people do call him Nicholas, don't they, in the first couple of episodes?
I do not
I think, and then he's kind of Nick, and then that. Which also, Olivia Colman and Nick's family. Well, I say Nick's family, it's really just him and his mom, which I think is the same as the books, but...
Apparently they kept Olivia Colman's participation under wraps.
Oh, interesting.
So when I spotted her in the title sequence,
Yeah.
it wasn't that much of a surprise. That's pretty much how everyone found out.
Interesting. But I like their relationship. I like how it's portrayed.
Yes,
I do wonder if it's going to go into more detail in terms of like his relationship with his mom and Charlie's relationship with the rest of his family. I do wonder if it's going to go into more detail because I know there's a lot more in the books. But that's probably in the later books anyway.
I didn't get to read Volume 2 today as planned because I've been busy. But how are we in terms of like in 5 and 6? What's from what? Wait, you probably don't remember still, but what appears to be to you memorable from the books?
So there is a lot of similar themes, but I think they're going about it in slightly different ways. Especially with the kind of like Nick coming out, finding out who he is, and things like that. That is explored in the comics, but I feel like the specific scenes are slightly different. There is definitely a cinema scene, which happens in Volume 2, I believe, which I think we might be about to see in episode 7, just because of the title of the episode, and I've heard that it is quite an emotional one. I think that there might be a direct scene from Volume 2, but I also think that maybe they're already taking some elements from it, but it's not exactly the same. But we have a very similar thing. I think the main difference, unless I'm wrong, and I can't remember for some reason, is Imogen. I don't remember her being in the books, but I also might be wrong in that. I might just be misremembering, but I don't think she's in the books.
I thought there was a girl in Volume 1 who liked Nick, but
Maybe there is.
But it doesn't mean it's as much as it is.
I definitely don't think it's on the same level. I don't think like she asks him out and they're about to go on a date. I don't think that happens, whereas it does in the show.
It's coming. Unfortunately, Ginger's back. Not unfortunately, Ginger's back. Unfortunately, it has lost its 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, sad. That
it's
only
at
took a
98
day.
when I checked.
Well, 98 is still pretty low.
98 is still exceptional. Hello, you're not coming in. It's not. He's someone else's cat.
I do love how much his tail is appearing in this.
Yeah.
Just his tail. I am looking forward to seeing whether they do anything with Mr. Ajay.
Okay.
Because there is stuff in the graphic novels that I would love to see on screen, and I don't know if that's going to come in this season or not.
I've seen him in something else, right? I haven't looked, but I can't think. I recognise that guy, whether he's a comedian or a.
I did look him up the other day, and I can't remember what it was. That he's definitely appeared in something else, and I think you might be right in that it's not another TV show or film, or he might be a comedian or something else. But
right.
Yeah, he's definitely done other things. But yes, excited to see where the series goes and ends. Really enjoying it.
Do you think if it's... Bless you.
Bless you, Jim.
Do you think if it's skewing a little bit more away from the books over time, that it continues to do that? Or do you think it does a version of the books that's its own?
I don't think it will skew that much. I think it will stay kind of similar to the books. Just because there is a lot of content that I think that they will like to see as well, and they will like to portray.
Right.
So I don't think it's going to skew that far away. I think they're just doing little things to kind of keep the tension up. They might not necessarily be in the books, but I don't think it'll skew that far.
Okay. Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out in episodes 7 and 8. Also, the light thing around them in the bowling.
Oh, the lines was really nice.
Yeah, that was really nice. I feel like they are doing that really well. It's a really nice touch, and that one was probably my favourite yet of the. Maybe other than the hands, because the hands was really nice. Yeah. Oh, and also Tao. Tao is great.
They're definitely doing
something.
Yeah, I think it's that kind of like, just because you're friends with the person who's going through something doesn't mean you're immune to having to face your own challenges in that with him. Like, he's on the right side of it in terms of what he's trying to do, but he's going about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
So I still think there's a lot of like potential there for like the journey you go through when one of your friends goes through a journey. And I think that's actually, the more and more, I said to you last night, as it goes on, I like him more and more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though he's not necessarily going about things the right way.
So do I, because at first I was a bit unsure, but I do really like how he's being portrayed, and he's growing. He's evidently growing as a character, which is nice to see.
It is nice. I hope they have a good ending. Well, in theory, he's got to have some sort of resolution by the end of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Nick and Charlie have. Imogen's got to come to something as well.
Yeah.
Realistically, for that to mean something. So there's quite a lot of.
And Harry?
Well, no, I think he's probably just going to carry on being him. I don't think. Well, I don't know. I don't want to be the Tao about it. What do you reckon?
Well, I know things.
Oh. I don't know things. Is it in book 2? Do you think they would do it now?
I think it might be about to come up.
Oh?
I think the next episode might be something to do with Harry.
Harry episode? It's just called Mood.
Do you know what it was called? Do you remember what the episode was called?
No.
Do you want to know?
Yes.
Bully.
Oh! Oh, well, him and Tao have got to have a fight, right?
We'll see.
I think I said that last night. I think they're definitely getting to the point where they've got to have a not necessarily a fight, no, but just it ends in a bloodbath. I think, but they've got to come to
blows.
To blows. Yeah. I think in all of it. You're gonna watch it again, like immediately? I might watch it again when I work immediately.
I feel like for me, it's gonna become one of those things, much like To All the Boys I Loved Before has. In that it's really a comfort watch, and I tend to watch it every so often when I'm feeling like low.
Okay. 5 volumes when
it's done.
When it's done?
Yeah.
They've done 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
So another couple series. I feel like, and I think it was Courtney that said this to me the other day, that volume 4 could definitely be a whole series of itself.
Oh.
Because volume 4 has a lot in it that could be worked with.
Okay.
Also, something we haven't mentioned so far, but we've talked about, is the fact that obviously the thing about the TV show, one of the biggest differences is it's not all from Nick and Charlie's perspective. Because in the graphic novels, like, it's pretty much all from Charlie's perspective, and then we only see the other characters like Tao and Elle and Tara and Darcy from their point of view when they enter Charlie's life or Nick and Charlie's life. Whereas in the show, like, they have brought in these kind of multiple viewpoints, so you actually see what is going on at his school and what's going on with the girls, which I think is really interesting.
difficult to do a single
It would be really
perspective thing, especially when that person isn't the audience surrogate.
Yeah.
So to put you in his position and only see it from his point of view would mean a lot more heavy lifting in terms of what he's going through.
Yeah.
Whereas having other people hear things, like the Nick overhearing the thing in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like doing that entirely from the bathroom perspective,
not
knowing Nick's outside, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
So it's better to have the floaty
which it was.
kind of thing.
Yeah. We'll be back with our thoughts.
Stay tuned.
On 7 and 8. Hi, we watched episode 7 and 8 and we finished.
It's late and I feel tired.
Yeah, it's bedtime. But we finished Heartstopper Series 1. We watched it all in
3 days.
I feel like we'd have definitely watched it in one day if we'd have been together on a weekend or a completely
Friday.
free day. Then we'd have just watched it all.
I feel like that would have been correct.
It is very watchable and it flows together very well, doesn't it? And I feel like it's just so easy to just watch it as one long continuous thing, and I can see why people have binged it.
How many people did? How many people you know did?
I think everyone I know has watched it pretty much.
Just put it on
in one day, yeah.
Do you feel bad that you didn't know?
No.
Okay. Good.
I wanted to watch it with you.
I wanted to watch it with you.
What did you make of the series as a whole?
I liked it.
And what did you make of episodes 7 and 8?
I liked them.
Okay, bye.
I am 99% sure that the cinema in episode 7,
Yes.
in episode 7, was the Odeon Uxbridge, which I used to work in. Unless they build a lot of cinemas with exactly the same layout, I am almost 100% that is the Chimes Uxbridge, which I now think is called something else, actually.
No, I think it was the Chimes.
Is
when
it?
I googled it, yeah.
Is it still called the Chimes?
Yeah.
I thought
Or
it had
just
been renamed.
Chimes.
In the end, we were both right.
That scene in the cinema is in the graphic novels.
I guessed from what you said about the cinema earlier.
So we went back into the graphic novels and then we came out again, because I don't think the sports day is in there, or at least it doesn't take up a lot of prominence. And it is like pretty much the whole of episode 8, isn't it? Really, it's focused around that sports day. Which I don't really remember it being in the books. It might be, it might just have less prominence. However, I think the beach day out is in the graphic novels, because it all felt very familiar to me. Also seeing, he's gonna have a look. Seeing Alice on the train.
Spoil the end of book 2 for myself.
Seeing Alice on the train was very nice. And she was wearing the dungarees that I also have, which is also cool. Oh yeah.
Oh, she calls him Nicky.
Pretty much the same, yeah.
That's the scene, yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, the scene with Nick and his mom was just really, really lovely, and I think that's portrayed really well in the books and in the TV show as well. And I feel like she played her really well.
Nellie wasn't there. Yeah, okay. And then they did a montage, which was nice.
Yeah.
A montage of the whole. We're boyfriends. Don't drop me.
So yeah, the beach one is...
The beach.
I feel like I should reread these, because it's obviously been a while since I read volume 2. I say that, I reread them all last year.
Time to read them again.
Oh yes, the Sports Day does not exist in here. Unless Sports Day is in a different...
Oh, I was going to ask if the same slur was in the things.
It is.
Yes.
It was good.
It was good.
It made me teary.
It made me hurt inside.
Yeah, I do find Charlie's anxiety is very similar to mine. And I think that's something I didn't really realise before actually seeing it portrayed on screen. How the way he, his insecurities are quite similar to mine.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like it's portrayed really well in the TV show. And I've never really thought about it in the graphic novels about the similarities.
We got 2 fights.
We did.
We got cinema fight.
And we got
apple juice fight.
Apple juice fight.
How was he went like that, and then they were still fighting over it, and there was still juice in the bowl.
And just loads of juice.
Loads of juice in the bowl.
It's like someone had a sponge. Not a sponge, like something. It went everywhere.
If you understand what she's on about, leave a comment and a like. I think it's time to go to sleep.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up, Heartstopper. 3 thumbs up, 4 thumbs up, 4 thumbs up. I don't do ratings, but I thought it was a lovely show.
It was lovely. I think they did a really good job.
Will you do a blog to go with this?
Yes.
Which means it will get an official rating.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe. It's gonna get 5 stars. Literally all of Heartstopper in my mind is 5 stars. Alice, this one can do no wrong.
I'm going to give it 6 stuff. Your first 6-star rating.
Good. Thanks for watching. So hi, it is Future Beth here, popping in to actually do a proper wrap up of this video. Because as you can probably tell from the previous clip, me and Mark were very tired when we finished Heartstopper last night and couldn't really coherently get our words out. So it's a day later, and as you can probably also tell from the past clips, we did really enjoy Heartstopper. It was lovely. It was amazing seeing Alice's work go to screen, and I think they did a really good job with the adaptation. There was so much I loved about it. I love the way they integrated the drawings and the art style and made it so recognisable. I love the way the characters were put across, even if Tal was slightly more different to how I expected him to be. There was just so much I loved about it. I thought it was beautifully done, and I'm really glad that Alice has gotten so much recognition off the back of this and is doing so well as well. So yeah, overall, loved Heartstopper. Very happy that we've managed to watch it and that we watched it together. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of our thoughts and feelings on it as well. Yeah, let me know if you've watched Heartstopper. If not, go and watch Heartstopper. Go read Heartstopper. It is such a lovely story. I know that this is going to be a big comfort watch for me and many of you guys as well. But yes, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye.
So what did you think of it? Leave it with the likes and the comments and the subscribes and there's something up here probably as well. Who knows? There might be something over here. Is there other things? If not, there will be in a minute. There'll be a circle and there'll be a couple other things. You should probably check those out. They're pretty good too. They won't be about Heartstopper. But if you're here because of Heartstopper, maybe look at some of the other stuff. I'm not in much of it. And that's probably a good thing.
No.